Thanks for joining us on the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Coming up, new cabinet ministers to be sworn in on Saturday. The Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela hosts conference for regional integration, and Elias Nassif Foundation donates $70,000 to charitable organizations. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories after this.
If you can believe this,
come by my house and let me show you some movies.
why can't you believe this? Some mothers don't believe their own children when they say they've been sexually abused, and they don't report it. Remember, if anyone asks to see or touch their private parts, touches them inappropriately, shows them or forces them to touch one's private parts, has sex with them, shows them pornographic material, or deliberately lets them hear or see the act of sex, then it is sexual abuse. Believe your child and report the sexual abuse. For more information about child abuse, contact these agencies. This message brought to you by UNICEF and this station.
Let's have some fun, eh?
I'm not ready for your kind of fun yet.
But everybody else is doing it.
But I'm not everybody else. I'm me, and I want to do well in school.
Well, you definitely get an A for attitude.
I plan to get an A in life, and then I think of your kind of fun.
So what am I to do in the meantime?
You'll survive.
Say no when you're not ready. Use condoms when you are.
Thanks for staying with us. On Saturday, December 13th, Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit will reveal his new cabinet to the public. Cabinet ministers will be sworn in tomorrow at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. The Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit was sworn in for another 5-year term as Prime Minister on Tuesday, following the Dominica Labour Party's victory in the December 8th general election. The Honorable Prime Minister was also sworn in as Minister for Finance on Thursday at the President's office. The Japan Alumni Association of Dominica is collaborating with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to host activities for Japan-CARICOM Friendship Year. 2014 has been recognized by Japan as the Japan-CARICOM Friendship Year, marking 2 decades since the first Japan-CARICOM consultation. Dominica has organized a number of activities to highlight Japan's work in this country. Ainsworth Irish is the Vice President of the Japan Alumni Association of Dominica.
The alumni have been playing a sort of integral role in association with the Foreign Ministry of Foreign Affairs to ensure that we do various things. I can tell you that that is the Japan Alumni Association of Dominica. We've been involved in various projects, the Eat Fish Day at the schools. We're trying to promote the whole concept where Japan is very much concerned about the marine environment, the quality of life of persons in Dominica, and you would understand and know that there are 3 fisheries complex built by the Japanese, that is one in Roseau, one in Portsmouth, one in Marigot. So we've been engaged here, and you know, I'm pleased that the Japan CARICOM Friendship here is this year, and we've been asked to do something in association with Foreign Affairs.
An exhibition is scheduled to take place next week to highlight Japan in Dominica.
Japanese have a very good interest in the country, not just because of the relationship between Foreign Affairs, Japan and Dominica, but I think as you look at the whole social structure, for instance, the DADP have benefited a lot from Japan. They have given them equipment, computers. They have a volunteer assigned to the DADP, the Dominica Association of Persons with Disability. They train persons in computer and various things. So I think this is a good thing because, I mean, as I indicated earlier on, in excess of 100 persons from Dominica have benefited from training in Japan in fisheries, in law, in safety and security, in the environment matters, and so on. The exhibition next week is going to showcase some of the items that persons brought from Japan, like, for instance, if you had things in fisheries, you'd have that on exhibition. Safety and security is always a key factor for Japan also as it relates to the marine environment and so on. So some of these things will be on display, and we hope, of course, persons who have been working with the Japan volunteers here would bring other things that they have, like even crochet and all these things. So we hopefully we'll have some very fine exhibits on show.
Since Japan established bilateral relations with Dominica in 1978, over 104 persons have received training in Japan in fields such as law, tourism, and disaster preparedness. Although the Japan International Cooperation Agency office in Dominica was closed in 2013, they now operate from the regional headquarters in the Dominican Republic. The Embassy of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Venezuelan Institute for Cooperation in Dominica, hosted a conference to promote the awareness of its aim to encourage Latin American and Caribbean integration. Speaking at the event on Thursday was Luce Alvarez, an internationalist and lawyer from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
La Constitución de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela
The Constitution of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela
establishes la obligación del Estado venezolano
the obligation of the Venezuelan state
de promover las relaciones internacionales
to promote the international relations
desde una perspectiva humana.
From a human perspective.
Alvarez noted that ALBA, which is an intergovernmental organization based on the idea of the social, political, and economic integration of the countries of Latin America and the Caribbean, is the building block on which nations can receive significant advantages.
Fíjense que si hablamos del ALBA, que básicamente es como es la piedra fundacional de estas relaciones, decimos que el ALBA como mecanismo se fundamenta en esas ventajas cooperativas de las naciones, en este caso Latinoamérica y el Caribe. Y esto para buscar la autonomía, la independencia y el bienestar latinoamericano y caribeño.
According to Alvarez, both President Chavez and Fidel Castro saw the advantages of adapting the before-mentioned area of the Constitution to suit the rights of the people.
Este reconocimiento, en definitiva, lo que busca es la superación de la pobreza y las desigualdades presentes en la región. Cuando hablamos del ALBA, necesariamente tenemos que hablar de que él vino a fortalecer la democracia en nuestras regiones. ¿Y por qué fortalecer la democracia en nuestras regiones? Porque a través de la cooperación, de una visión que trasciende lo mercantil, comenzaron a verse resultados positivos en lo que a desigualdad y pobreza en su superación. Y evidentemente al decrecer las inequidades, se fortalecen los sistemas democráticos.
GIS News will bring you more on this conference in a subsequent newscast. This year, the Elias Nassif Foundation donated $70,000 to various institutions and organizations across the country that care for the very young, the sick, and the elderly. A total of 38 individuals and institutions were recipients of its 19th annual Christmas donations at an award ceremony held at the Fort Young Hotel on Monday. A total of $9,000 was contributed to 5 daycare centers, $16,500 to 9 preschools, $12,500 to 6 elderly care centers, and $14,500 to 6 retired employees. Providing a brief overview of the foundation's work, Chairman Philip Nassif expressed that the foundation continues to recognize the importance of the early childhood sector.
Over the past years, we have placed an increased focus on preschools and have increased the number of preschools which receive annual donations. The importance of preschools in the early childhood education is extremely important, as explained to us by Mr. Rupert Sorrendo, in his last year's presentation.
Meantime, guest speaker and Chief Executive Officer of VF Inc., Dr. Valda Henry, who received the Small Business Award of $5,000, called for increased focus on care for older persons.
Not just governments, it's people everywhere. We need to ensure we provide the opportunities for the older persons to continue to maintain their own rights and their dignity in society. It starts with us as family members in terms of how do we view and care and respect our older persons. And if we do that well, there'll be no doubt that the business community and the government, which is a reflection of us, will do that well.
Centenarians Muriel Boyd, 106 of Czech Hall, Morris George, 105 of Kulibistri, and Graham Adams, 104 of St. Joseph, all received contributions amounting to $3,000. A sum of $9,500 was presented as special contributions to the Dominican Nurses Association, St. Anne's Church, the Parish of Our Lady of Fatima, the Alpha Center, and the Kalinago Child Support Fund. The Elias Nassif Foundation was founded in 1995 by the children of late Elias and Marie Nassif. Since its inception, the foundation has donated approximately $1.2 million. Two more contestants vying for the 2015 Miss Dominica title have secured financial sponsorship. Contestant number 1, Normana John Baptist, and contestant number 4, Biandra Blanchard, were officially sashed by their respective sponsors on Friday morning at the Dominica Festivals Committee office. Blanchard of Point Michel is being sponsored by Petrocarib Dominica Limited.
I look forward to the entire experience of the Miss Dominica 2015, and it is the Petrocaribe brand is known not just in Dominica, but in the region. And what the company stands for is remarkable. It is a company that is committed to the social advancement of people, and that appeals to me. And I am therefore very proud to be representing the company's brand.
John Baptist of Tarish Pit assured her sponsor, Energy Management Services, of her unwavering commitment to representing the company to the best of her abilities.
I assure you that as Miss EMS Limited, I will represent and market our products to my fullest potential. And so, I pledge my commitment to you. Thank you. I assure you that on the night of February 6, Normana John Baptist will demonstrate true elegance, talent, and artistry as I contribute positively to the real mass. Please come and support in large numbers.
Contestant number 2, Odessa Eli, and contestant number 7, Kelsey Wrighton, have also secured a sponsorship for the pageant. Eli was sashed by Big Edge and Minia 7-Eleven on November 21st, while Kelsey Wrighton was sashed as a Miss Fort Young Hotel on December 3rd. Dominica will soon be better exposed to opportunities available in the CARICOM Single Market and Economy (CSME). An initial workshop dubbed Opportunity Dominica Workshop was held on Thursday at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium Conference Room. The workshop aimed to set a foundation for robust information and communication infrastructure within the CSME. This workshop formed part of a project which began in October and falls under Component 300 of the CARICOM Trade and Competitiveness Project. It seeks to connect CARICOM National with the information they need to work, travel, and do business within the CSME. Representatives from the Customs and Excise Departments, the Dominica Bureau of Standards, Dominica Coalition Service Industries, Dominica Export-Import Agency Dextia, Discover Dominica Authority DDA, and Dominica Manufacturers Association DMA, among other representatives, attended the workshop. Mathan Walter, Acting Director of Trade, spoke of Dominica's progress within the CSME to date.
This most important objective, however, is to agree on a way forward for a sustainable CSME communication program for Dominica. That being said, I think it is prudent to briefly detail the achievements to date which Dominica has made in ensuring that it honors its obligations under the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, efforts which Dominica is proud of as it stays on the path towards further and sustained regional integration. With just one exception, Dominica has removed all authorized restrictions on the free movements of goods, services, capital, and rights of establishment, and specified identified categories of CARICOM nationals. The issue that remains is the restriction on non-OECS nationals to acquire and hold land above a certain size without an alien land holding license.
Barbara Jacobs-Small was the facilitator of the workshop.
This workshop is an early activity of the consultancy to deliver a work plan for improving information flows within the CARICOM single market, focusing on Belize, Dominica, Grenada, Guyana, Jamaica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Recognizing that more and more information means more awareness by Dominicans of the available options within the CSM, the project's objective is to work with member states, the pilot member states, to enhance information flow from agency to agency and from agency to public, and logically from public back to agency, and also increase sustainable channels for distribution of information on regional integration so that many more Dominicans in this instance will begin to participate in and embrace and exploit their rights within the CSM.
While the focal point is the Ministry of Trade, various groups will be targeted for training. The modules will include worksite meetings, a spokesperson training, training for media workers and educators. Small says a critical component of the workshop is the development of a communication strategy to disseminate the gains made in the consultation. The project was funded by the Government of Canada. And before we leave, here are a few announcements. The government of the Commonwealth of Dominica has received financing from the Global Environment Facility through the United Nations Environment Programme to support the preparation of Dominica's third national communications to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC. Part of this funding is to be utilized to hire national consultants to undertake technical studies and draft the national report. The government of Dominica is seeking expressions of interest from suitably qualified national consultants who have at least 5 years' experience in the following areas: greenhouse gas inventory from energy, transportation, solid waste and industrial processes, inventory of carbon sinks forests, inventory of carbon sinks agriculture, climate change mitigation, including renewable energy, energy efficiency and energy conservation, mainstreaming climate change into national development planning, training, public education outreach on climate change, systematic observation systems for climate change, including hydrometeorological systems. Work on this project will commence in January 2015 and will be completed by May 2016. Successful applicants will be expected to start work on or before February 2nd, 2015. Any persons interested in being considered for any of the above positions are requested to submit their current curriculum vitae and letter of interest to the following: Director, Environmental Coordinating Unit, Roseau Fisheries Complex, Dame Eugenia Charles Boulevard, Roseau, Commonwealth of Dominica. Telephone number 266-5256, fax 448-4577. Email ecu@dominica.gov.dm. Submissions can be submitted electronically or in writing to the above address and must be received no later than Wednesday, January 7th, 2015 at 4 p.m. Expressions of interest received after this date will not be considered. Also, the Dominica Government Band will be undertaking its annual Christmas tour as follows: Sunday, December 14th, 2014, Trafalgar, 3 p.m., Giodale, 6 p.m. Sunday, December 23rd, 2014, State Prison, 1 p.m., Dominica Infirmary, 3 p.m., Princess Margaret Hospital, 6 p.m. The Christmas Musical in Roseau will take place on Wednesday, December 7th, 2014, in People's Park, Victoria Street at 7:30 p.m. Everyone is invited to the village and town events to enjoy the musical renditions and to participate in the carol singing. The band looks forward to bringing Christmas cheer to all. And finally, the Electoral Commission would like to inform the general public that the final count for the House of Assembly General Elections 2014 took place on December 9, 2014 for all 21 constituencies. The rights which were issued on the respective returning officers for each constituency were delivered to His Excellency President Charles A. Savarin on December 12, 2014 in accordance with Sections 44(4) of the House of Assembly Elections Act. For a look at those results, visit our GIS website at news.gov.dm in the announcement. And that's all for the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Management Solid Waste Dominica a visé public là qui continue management Zodis et spécialement en temps saisonnier. Parole celle-là, sorti votre officier relations publiques, M. Geno Jacob.
Saison ça, c'est saison Noël, mais après Noël, nous sommes dans les 9 là qui ouvert, après ça, nous sommes carnaval, toutes ces saisons festives là qui viennent, il y en a après l'autre. Quand c'est temps, nous savons que nous avons payé plusieurs des autres pays, nous avons payé boîtiers, nous avons payé barils, toutes différentes ordres, commissions de l'autre pays. Et puis, nous avons dit, ça c'est un temps pour eux-mêmes faire certains qui disposent de ça à leur manière qui fait qu'ils ne pas détruire l'environnement. Parce que nous avons autant de panne, nous avons plus plastique, plus boîte, plus cardboard. Et puis, nous avons dit pour travailler pour Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation, faire certains qui ont aussi un problème pour disposer de ces différents buts là. Parce que nous ne pouvons pas continuer à disposer, autant de monde qui fait ça en Wavin, à la rivière, à Chimé, là, à traverser Chimé, à travailler, autant de monde qui fling, flang, conflit, Zodis, hot, fenêtre. Nous avons dit, donc c'est ça nous, pas ça mon autre pays, mais ça nous pour nous préserver parce que nous avons des incidents, là, nous avons différentes maladies qui sont sorties de notre pays, comme chikungunya, Ebola, nous avons contre ces maladies ça là. Et comme ça, nous aussi parler ces pannes là, ces bouteilles là, ces plastiques là, servir au but qu'on watt, dans les mots qu'on watt, et puis avec qu'on place pour ça rester, et puis la cause nous taper maladie. Nous avons aussi comme ça nous avons dit pour venir travailler puis nous, continuer à travailler puis nous commencement dans les salariés et puis d'autres années travailler puis nous pour certains qui ont disposé d'ordres en manière qui est favorable pour pas seulement pour notre pays mais pour pays et puis pour santé nous en Dominique.
On a trouvé l'association Monde des Habilités qui poussait devant et puis plan AIO l'année 2015. Parole celle-là qui a sorti votre président de l'association là, n'a fallu me faire.
Nous avons commencé en plan 9 en janvier l'année prochaine. Et ça que pour cette année, nous avons organisé différents projets, différentes activités, programmes. Dans les qui neuf, dans les que ça nous avons continué. Nous voulons mettre autant d'efforts sur l'employement. L'employement des gens qui ont des habilités, puis ça c'est un petit bagage qui a affecté autant les gens qui ont des habilités, ils n'ont pas qu'à taper travail, ou bien ils n'ont pas ni traitement, training là pour aller dehors, ils taper training là, ils taper employment. Comme ça, nous avons identifié des 3 projets, nous voulons mener à ce table là, pour nous taper support pour nous aider, pour nous mais quand nous commençons à travailler, nous avons l'argent en poche, pour ça venir plus indépendant. Pas dépendre trop à sa famille, à son gouvernement, c'est ça nous avons essayé de faire, nous avons continué avec toutes ces différentes activités à nous pour faire changer qui nous là et pour faire provision pour les gens qui ont des habilités.
Et puis finalement, management Kai Grotto, quand oui remercier tout le monde et puis institution qui a assisté en plusieurs bagailles. Parole celle-là sorti votre président organisation Innsworth Irish. Irish qui a aussi remercié Elias Nassif Foundation pour donation et aussi pour Noël.
When you put women say tout moun Dominic, c'est Noël, nous kade, moun ka banot, nous moun ka wede nous, moi sorti à da fonction à présent, Elias Nasi Foundation, as vous savez, ba Dominic $70,000, grotto même tapi en tibitin dai, mais nous ni pour women say c'est moun Elias Nasi Foundation. Yo ka toujours ba nous tous les années yo ka ba l'argent, et ben yo ba low preschool, et ben low moun l'argent cadeau pour Noël ça là. So moi ka women say c'est moun là, et ben moi ka di bon Dieu que ben yo Nasi Elias Nasi Foundation, et ben yo ka made l'autre monde pour venir faire même bitin pour aider grotto là.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non moins, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Ni un bon week-end. Au revoir.
Coming up, more money-saving tips for Christmas.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
Tip 1. List everyone that you intend to buy for. Then budget a reasonable amount that you can afford to spend on each person. Making a shopping list will also help you avoid impulse buying and keeping track of your spending. Tip 2. Avoid shopping at the last minute and try to arrange to go shopping when it's quieter. Shops are a lot quieter late at night or first thing in the morning. Leaving yourself plenty of time and avoiding busy shopping times will make your Christmas shopping a bit easier. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.